What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from TechnoBuffalo here, and today was a very busy day in the world of technology. Not only did we get some hands-on time with the not even released yet RIM Blackberry torch, but I also got a haircut. And it made me realize that I have a Mike Tyson style part in my hair. I'm not sure why I feel the need to talk about my hair in a lot of videos. I'm just happy to have it, I guess. Okay, so let me run through all the goodness. I'm going to highlight all the big stuff that we had. First, exclusive Torch 2. Actually running RIM's just announced Blackberry OS 7, which was kind of neat. We were able to get some hands-on time with this guy, courtesy of the folks at Negri Electronics. You can see it right there. It looks identical to the Torch 1, except it's got a much beefier 1.2 gigahertz processor, which is almost double the processor speed of the original. It's got a much more vibrant screen, and it's got a web browser that's a little bit more functional. So if you are a BlackBerry user and you're a fan of the original Torch design, but you weren't a fan of the specs, and I know there were a lot of you, this is going to be a really good one to look forward to. And we're hearing a summer-ish release for this guy. So we had a ton of images. Be sure to go ahead and check them out. The next post that actually we had come out earlier in the week, this one is really interesting. You may have actually heard this around the web, the Acme device. This was sort of behind the Verizon iPhone veil of secrecy. So certainly the Verizon iPhone has been out since about February. But what went into leading up to the announcement was very interesting. We had a source inside of Verizon which we were able to verify that gave us some details on what went into the work before the Verizon iPhone was announced. So first, it was only referred to as the Acme device. Go through and read the article. It's really interesting. Adriana did a fantastic job writing it up. Users who had the phone, and our source did have the phone, got it about 2 weeks before. They had to sign a 4-page NDA, which is much longer than usual. They had to text a PIN code in every 12 hours to a predetermined number to make sure they still had possession of the phone. If the phone was lost, certainly they wouldn't know to text that number in. And evidently that number was a little bit variable, so it might change. So that was a way to sort of protect security. Really interesting story. Go ahead and give it a read. The Acme device and how the worst kept secret stayed buzzworthy. Everybody knew the Verizon iPhone was coming anyway. So there was a lot of other goodness. Let me give you some of the highlights. We'll go ahead and jump back to the home screen. Microsoft makes more money on Android than Windows Phone 7. Kind of interesting. Sony, they didn't get hacked today, so there's other Sony not getting hacked news. A lot of phones coming out. Noah unboxed the Verizon HTC Trophy, so it's the first Windows Phone 7 device for Verizon. They also unboxed the LG Revolution, their third 4G LTE smartphone. So more posts about Sony, Talk Gamers lesson for privacy. A few more Sony posts. Apple's iCloud, whatever you want to call their cloud music service that's supposedly going to be announced at WWDC. Kind of interesting. It's going to be I keep saying that a lot. Kind of interesting. To me, it's all interesting. I'm just a huge nerd. But supposedly it's going to mirror your iTunes playlists, which should be helpful. We saw a demo of Minecraft mobile, which I know Joey loves Minecraft. If you guys didn't see, he actually made a TechnoBuffalo logo in Minecraft. Pretty awesome. Mike Perlman, one of our newest members, asked what kind of shooter are you, and walks through and talks about DSLRs and point and shoots. Really interesting. Sony and Samsung have a on-again, off-again relationship, much like Kelly and Zach. Apple sweet-talking Samsung for an AMOLED iPad 3 display. Kind of interesting. Again, kind of interesting. John, stop saying that. HTC unlocked bootloaders and a ton of other business that happened today. We had a lot of posts. Today was a very busy day. And yesterday was a busy day too. So be sure to check out the site if you want to read any of this. Site, of course, TechnoBuffalo.com. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the big news, though. And that is, of course, the Torch 2 and our Acme device story. I'm John Rettinger from TechnoBuffalo. I have a stupid part in my head, and I'll see you in the next video.